Couldn't see much, huh?
Not much.
Now, with the question that I just asked, he hasn't asked me about doing anything. I was just wanting to see what everybody thought about it.
Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know how well they did. I can keep in touch with it. But it was all right. I know he was getting some backlash from Hooters, which is where he was supposed to have it. And so they kept saying that the whole thing had been canceled. So I think that's why a lot of cars didn't show up. They thought it was canceled. But, anyway. July birthday, Victor.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you 19?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything we need to talk about? Sandwiches, we gotta talk about
This
sandwiches.
one's 3,
Me?
and this one is 5. Sorry to interrupt your
Oh, you're
meeting,
fine.
but food is important.
Yes, it is. This is much better than either freezing or frying,
Oh, good.
which is what we've been used to.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else got anything we need to chat about, bring up, talk about? All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass out the upcoming events. There was no car shows on the 8th. The 15th, several of us went to Bill Black. And Gary, you took first place. And Tony took third place in a tough Corvette class.
Wow.
Daniel, you took second place, and his
Nice.
class was absolutely loaded with Camaros.
Awesome.
So I thought that was fantastic. And, didn't you? Second place, all right.
Nice.
Good job.
And, let's see, and then, did you win an award at the Dale Earnhardt thing?
I did,
What was it?
top 100.
Oh, very good.
What did you have this year?
The same
The
pistol.
same.
Oh, did they?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were close to 400 cars there this time.
Is
It
that-
was jam-packed.
Wow.
We didn't even make it all the way around looking at everything.
Really?
There were so many cars there.
How was the auction?
It was good. I came home with 2 more race car pieces for my garage.
She's building that thing piece by piece. Got a piston last year, piston this year.
And since-
Give a few more years, you had to-
Right, and so since Craig had to work, I bought him a Corvette toaster.
Awesome.
So,
And then on the cruise-in day, you took first place at that car show.
I did.
Very good. And then last week, Gary, you went to Reedsville,
Toymakers, yes.
Toymakers, and you won
Best original.
Best
Awesome.
Original.
Awesome.
Very good, very good. All right. Pass these out. It's a 2-pager because August 3rd is
Yeah, I
a
saw it.
day,
I saw it. She posted it.
is a Saturday before our next meeting. So I had to get that day in, and it's a busy car show day.
Yeah, we'll just share one, and I'll get his.
Okay.
That way.
Okay. Don't get any food on it. Got one?
Does anybody need a pen?
Anybody need a pen? Okay, July the 6th, which is this coming Saturday, if you have a Ford, there's a pretty big event going on at VIR. Other than that, I could not find any car shows. Actually, there's one in Belmont, North Carolina, which is west of Charlotte, and all it says is car show, 8:30 to 12. That's it.
I think that's all.
I found one that's actually going on the 4th of July.
Yeah?
I don't know where it's at, I have to work.
Oh.
But there is one, it was on Facebook, let me see if I can find it.
So, I mentioned Cars and Coffee, 8 to 10 this Saturday. I also mentioned Pilot Mountain Cruise In. I went last year on the Saturday close to July 4th, and there's not as many people, which is great because it's super crowded usually. So Gary and I are going to VIR, but maybe some of you would like to go to Cars and Coffee or Pilot Mountain. Actually, if anybody's going to Pilot Mountain, I might go from VIR to Pilot Mountain. It's not too far out of the way.
Where is that?
Pilot Mountain, it's north of Winston-Salem. It takes about 60 minutes from, let's say, T&A, the rest stop. And it is a cruise-in like no other in the state of North Carolina.
You know, if you do Mustang, you go to the show.
Oh, you could definitely go to the
Oh,
show.
they laugh at him, Coco's over there.
What? There's people come people come in with 4 cylinders. It's a
Oh, yeah.
Mustang show.
Yeah, I'm not going on, I'm not running the track. I've done it in the past, I'm not doing it.
As long as the car's clean. They judge you on it. Not if you got a 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder. I help them judge most of the time. Quite a few 4-cylinders get involved.
Well, it's pretty clean.
Anyone interested in doing any of the cruise-ins? This, a week from Thursday, which is July the 11th. July the 11th is the Highway 55 cruise-in. And that's a week from this coming Thursday. So,
Question real quick on that. We don't have any flyers or anything like on that one, do we?
On which one?
On the Highway 55. I was chatting it up with the one, with the Highway 55 in
It's gonna be
Mebane.
attached, you know.
They already have one there.
No, I was telling them I said, my car club's getting ready to have one down at the, Elon Highway 55. They were like, woo! They were real interested. So I just wanna,
Yeah, Highway 55 made up flyers.
oh, okay, they did, okay.
Yeah, they did make some flyers.
I'll tell them to contact corporate. I kinda like Highway 55.
We're just talking about, yeah. Yeah. As far as the cruise in on the 11th at Highway 55, our DJ has offered to do that show for free.
Wow.
If they'll allow him to come out and do it. Which one do you guys?
Where?
Highway 55. He told us in the beginning when we started, he said, if you guys do whatever else, like he was talking about the Mebane cruise in and stuff, he said he would do that for free for us. So, I'll see about running over there and ask them if they, you know, if they think that's all right.
What? 0611. I'm writing that, sorry.
Yeah, we did the cruise in last month at Highway 55 and had a pretty darn good turnout. We had several people there that were not from the club, that we didn't know, and had a 71 Bug convertible and a 72 Corvette all original. I had 2 DeLoreans there, and so I had a lot of people stopping, driving through with cool cars, and they were like, we gotta go back to Raleigh. So they rode around and looked and left. But, it's a good turnout, and so, yeah, well, hopefully we can, maybe double it up this time. Of course, Crystal and I are leaving the night before to go to Kentucky, so we won't be here for this one. Should be good.
Okay, July 11th, Highway 55, cruise in Elon. The 13th, same thing, I could only find cruise-ins. Now, the Kernersville cruise-in is downtown 4 to 7. Now, this one got my attention, Mercy and Truth Ministry, Christmas in July, Elkin. That's the same exit as if you were going to Pilot Mountain. Okay, and I'll go ahead and read the write-up on it. It's Calvary Baptist Church, Elkin, 10 a.m., live music, barbecue, ice cream, cake auction, children's toy drive, food drive, donations for less fortunate children and families at Christmas, 50/50 tickets, lawnmower raffle. And they have a People's Choice plaque for best car and best truck. So, there's several cruise-ins. Some of them are classic cars, and very few are in the morning. So escape a little bit of the heat, if you wanted to go.
On July 12th, second Friday, Ridgeville has their cruise in, it's open to any cars, new or old,
Second Friday.
and it's every month.
So
And
that
every
would be-
Friday night, Gibsonville has a cruise in, and they've been averaging 30 to 40 cars every week now.
That's great. That's great.
I talked to somebody who went to the Ridgeville last month, and they said the place is packed.
Yeah.
There are cars everywhere, up and down the middle of the street, cars too.
So
That
Ridgeville,
would be a
Ridgeville's
good
not,
idea for us to go and like pay for people's cars, you know, print out flyers for our cruise in and walk around and print them out.
Ridgeville's not requiring it to be over.
No, the car club that had it, this, had a problem with the city, so the city kind of booted them, and they took over it. A guy I hang out with at some of the car shows, he's, helping run it now, he's part of the committee, and he said it's open to everything now.
That's cool.
Used to be, cars had to be, older than 25, 86 and older.
Yeah.
The 4th of July car show Crystal was talking about is Unionville's 59th annual 4th of July car show, from 8 to 2. It's in Monroe, North Carolina.
So it's a little bit of a drive, about an hour and a half.
88 miles.
One of my friends invited me, but I felt right for her, so, yeah.
Give you a day like that.
Medicine never sleeps.
Okay, we'll move on to the 20th. This is a car show that I went to. You guys have remembered this car show? They sent me a letter saying, I
Yes.
hope I come back.
Yes, I do remember going to this one.
Okay. Was it any good?
I wanna say yes,
Okay,
that we had a good day.
all right.
So we always have a good day when we do something?
Exactly.
Well, there you go.
Okay, South Lexington, American Children's Home Car Show. Benefit American Children's Home. I think I remember that now. Yes, I do. There was a lot of cars there.
A lot of cars.
Yes.
Seems to be anything that has to do with children, has a lot of cars there. Good cause.
Anybody interested in going to that?
Sure, why not?
I'm definitely gonna go, as long as it's not raining. So, what do you think? It's gonna take an hour to get there?
Leave at 7 o'clock?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Where?
You wanna go to the rest stop, or you
Yeah,
wanna go?
rest
rest
area,
stop.
rest area is good.
Okay, seven
Leave
AM,
at 7 a.m.
Meet at 6:45.
6:45. Rest stop. That's the rest stop southbound, or what would that be, westbound? Between University and Whitson.
Or is that exit one,
One
140?
No.
It's not an exit.
140.
It's
Right after 140,
140.
between 138 and 140.
There you go. Okay, of course, the 27th is our Cars and Coffee, and then our cruise in. And I happen to mention Denver, North Carolina, what we say, Josh, is 90 miles? 87 miles?
Yeah.
But they had a really long write-up on Cruising Carolina magazine about this tar show. So I know I'm not going, but some people might wanna go, so I thought I'd put it on there.
Lonnie advertised some kind of car show on Facebook. I'm not sure if it was this month or beginning of August, somewhere in Burlington.
Was it that one that he does
Beginning of
at the rest home?
It might be, I don't know.
'Cause
I
he
don't
does
I don't
like
think
a
it was a
cruise in.
church. It was no, this was a car show. It said car show. We came up on my phone the other day, and I put interested, but I haven't seen it since then.
It wasn't Apple Street, was it?
It might have been.
That's his church on Apple
Yes,
Street.
it's in a church, I know that.
Well, we'll have to look into that.
He's a good guy, we need to
Yeah.
support him if we can.
It's been a couple of years since he's had the car show. Okay, if you flip the page, August 3rd, the busy day. And that is before our next, a Saturday before our next meeting. And the one in Thomasville looks interesting. Thomasville's not too far away.
That's probably the closest one out of all of them.
Yeah, I think so. I don't even know where Sparta is, so.
Near the mountains.
Yeah, that's a long way off.
Just don't stand near a hole there.
Fayetteville, yeah. That's like 2 hours, cause me, Josh, and David went to Fayetteville for that Camaros for Heroes. It took us every bit of 2 hours to
Yeah.
get there.
Just gotta go faster.
I'm gonna ask you a dumb question.
I'm gonna give you a dumb answer.
Where the hell is Denver, North Carolina?
Oh, South Charlotte.
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
the other
Lord.
side of
Right near Burlington, Belmont.
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 Yeah, the other place that we're talking about earlier.
I'm from the DC metropolitan area. I'm used to somebody says 11 miles away. I'm like, nope, that's about 7 miles too far. It'll take you 2 hours to get there. Nope.
The August 3rd car show in Thomasville, it benefits an individual, and I don't know if it's a youngster or what, but his name is Blake, and that, you see it in the title. As a matter of fact, him and the pastor of the church are gonna pick a car for Blake's choice and the pastor's choice, along with the 8 classes and best of show. So evidently, the whole show benefits this person, Blake.
It doesn't even say anything. It's just bring up what you've got written down there.
Yeah.
Seems like we get a little more information on that.
Now, if anybody knows of a car show on the 6th or the 13th, I mean, I have several sources, and I could not find any.
A lot of them maybe think, people go on vacation in the month of July
Yeah.
and might not get a
Yeah.
turnout.
It's
So,
typically the
Yeah,
slowest time
slowest
of the,
month.
Yeah.
and then it'll pick back up in August.
Oh, yeah.
September, Bethlehem Christian Church, that's their show. I think it's on the 21st, and they were asking about us sponsoring part of this show. He said that the church had kind of cut its funds, so he's asking for clubs or people, businesses or whatever to sponsor this thing, so. Wanted to bring that up.
Isn't that car show usually for his church?
Yeah.
It is.
And they're not helping him?
Well, I think last year with the way the weather went, because he pushed quite a bit last year and got basically everything that he wanted. And then the weather happened and they had to reschedule it. And then we were all gone to, most of us were gone to Myrtle Beach or different places on that weekend. And so everything kind of got messed up. I think the church kind of got a little upset with him and said, you can do it, but we're not funding you near as much money as we did before. But yeah, he was asking about that, so I don't know if you guys wanted to do something like that. And this goes nowhere other than right here when I say this, but he told me for the club he would cut it in half, which is $500 is what he's asking for, but he'd cut it in half if we wanted to sponsor. But like I said, that doesn't go anywhere but here. So, if you guys wanna do that, you can do that if you want to.
I think the gold sponsors get their names put on the shirts
Yeah.
on the back, so our club logo would be on their shirts.
Do you know for sure if it's the 21st?
I'm pretty sure we have the flyer at my house. I can take a picture of it, but it's
September,
on
isn't it?
WhatsApp.
It is.
That's the same day as this one right
Yes,
here.
same day as that one.
It sure is, isn't it?
And that, when the road temp puts on, I'm kind of short of that.
Oh, boy.
That's something else I can bring up, you know. I don't know, the situation, if he's got anybody to help him to get out and get sponsors, that's where the money's at.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, he's been working on it. I don't know how many people he's got working on it, but I know he's got a couple of them.
Right. But that's something else I was gonna say. Maybe the club should think about putting up a car show
Right, and we've talked about that a bit.
and come up with something that we can donate some of the money to,
Mm-hmm,
to charity or something.
mm-hmm,
Just like if you lost someone, if you had some money in treasure, you could do something.
right,
You know?
right.
And the last two car shows we've had, we made over $7,500.
Okay. See, that's something I've never done. I don't really know how to go about it. I know how to go to them. I know how to clean a car, that's about it.
That has a lot to do with it. The main thing is go ahead, is to get your sponsors.
Mhm.
Go ahead and ask, you know, bids and stuff like that. Do it.
Right.
Then you get sponsored, you go ahead and get some trophies, have t-shirts printed up, all of that. I'd be glad to, let anybody through it, you know.
Yeah, we definitely, that's something we've been talking about since we started this whole thing, was wanting to get to that point to where we could do it.
If we did something like that, we need to do on the same day we do our cruising, because we'd have to get insurance for that day.
Right,
For a car show, and this way we'd already have it.
right, yeah. And that
And-
wouldn't be a problem at all. We've already been told we can do it at the mall.
Right.
So,
And
long
on
as
the
they don't
flyer,
sell it.
we could put on there, cruise in to follow.
Yeah, you could have the, like you did the last other car show, that person had it earlier than cruise.
Mhm.
That works.
And I'll tell you what, whenever we do it, the one thing we gonna do different, and it may cost just a little bit more, I don't care if we vote on it, whatever, they have to have different trophy systems.
Yeah, they have to.
Have to have.
I
If you
agree.
want people to come back and have a better experience, we can't have a 80-year trophy category.
Right.
Yeah, no. And I tried to tell him that.
Because People get upset when you go from 80 something to
Or have
modern.
the top,
Yeah.
the top 25, the top 50.
Right.
Yeah, he had never done anything before, and I told him,
Well, I'm just talking about not him, I'm talking about several.
yeah,
Everybody's starting to do that. I mean, like, the last shows we've been going to have been like that.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
having 50-year categories.
yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't
And
wanna
you
do that, I
can't
wouldn't be into that
have,
at
you
all.
can't go in there with a 80-year, 1980 and go up against a 2017.
Well,
That somebody dumped 10 grand in as soon as they bought it.
the guy that's doing the VIR, what he does is generations. And he says, okay, first generation Camaro, well, there may be 9 of them there. Okay, if there's 9, you get 3 trophies. If there's 2, you get 1 trophy. You know, it's very simple. And then second generation, there may be 1 car, 1 trophy. And then third generation, there would be 6 cars, 2 trophies, maybe 3. So I think that's the way to do it. And what you can do is, this particular guy gets trophies that are different, like the spark plug, the piston.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than just, you know,
Your
like a
basic.
basketball-looking trophy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of ways of doing it, but I think categories.
That's the main
Personally, I could care less about the top 15, top 20. Now, if there's 100 cars and there's a top 10, that's a big deal, but if you go by categories, at least you're competing against,
Your car. Your
like
kind.
your Corvette would compete against that generation Corvette.
Right. You wouldn't compete against,
And I don't
20
see, I
different-
don't see why
Yeah.
Daniel should have to compete against a '67 Camaro
Right.
that
Or-
somebody's got $500,000 into,
right.
you know?
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I mean, this whole year has been that way. And half of last year's been going that way.
What show it was, Mustangs were 71 to 73, and then 74 to new.
Eden.
Yeah.
That was Eden.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I asked the guy what he was drinking, he looked at me like I was stupid.
Yeah. I mean, you can't compete against that.
No.
I mean, not everybody, but you
I did, I
can.
still couldn't.
I mean, that's why I said you can, but not, not
And that's over
everybody.
here.
Yeah, of course, Mr. Clean over there.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's the
But yeah, we'd be all about putting a show together.
And just make it different, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Make it
Yeah.
more appealing to
And,
people.
and
Yeah.
personally, I like what he was talking about, cause I wouldn't want, I would feel kinda chancy if I was putting on a show and I came up with these trophies that look like everybody else's trophies and
Yeah,
stuff.
do
I'd like
something
to do
different.
something different, like he was talking about the
Yeah.
spark plugs or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
That's where you need to get sponsored.
That's where your sponsors come in and pay for
But
it.
that's
More expensive.
It costs.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna be able to pay for all
We used to
that.
do the top 25 in the month, and it used to cost us like $700
Yeah.
for the trophies.
Well, see, we went to a show, year before last, that was, it was a show for epilepsy, and she got a skateboard, and the back of it was all labeled and everything, what the trophy was. And it was really cool.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you
doing
can
something
take
different
anything,
like
you
that
can take
was really
anything
nice.
and donate it and make it special.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't have to be an actual trophy, it'd be a trophy.
Mhm.
Well, if we ever had a platform, we've got them all.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
we might, he and I might have to do some fast talking to keep it. Hopefully, everything will go cool the rest of the year, but having that place, and of course, coming up with money to get it next year, if we wanted to have a car show, that's a pretty good location.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't see, y'all haven't heard no complaint, everything's been going smooth.
And
Right.
Heather has
It's
been
been
just raving about
100%,
us,
yeah.
that nothing, that everything's been going nice and smooth, and I don't wanna jinx all of this.
Yeah, right.
But,
Yeah, 'cause I
Heather-
don't know where there's any other place.
yeah, I mean, Heather has
Big to do it.
really
Oh, yeah.
been, you guys are doing very well with this, haven't had any calls, any glitches,
Yeah.
anything like I was having before, so, you guys keep up the good work.
That's because you didn't have Ronnie.
No pressure, no pressure.
Is there any more conversation about porta johns?
It's,
I've had, JP was one that was saying he knew somebody, but I never got anything from him.
Because people
Um,
cannot
Yeah,
physically take that walk.
yeah,
That's the
Some
bottom
people
line.
can,
There are a
yeah.
few. they can't
I seen
take
a thing
that.
on Facebook, they
Yeah,
can
where
bring
they
their own.
put, bring their.
They got, I got they put on their head, and poop wherever they want.
I wonder how expensive those are, maybe we can buy one.
I would say, yeah, if anybody, I mean, you gotta go, if anybody has a golf cart, they could bring it and run it around.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, have a bathroom.
Run people back and forth, put bathroom run on there or
Right.
something, and
You better get an LP on it.
I mean, you know, I mean, really though, I mean, it could be, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, Bill Black, they run me to the bathroom on theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, every
Yeah.
time I wanna go, if I see them, but hey, run me to the, I gotta go to the bathroom, and they'll put you right on and take you.
Yeah,
They don't say no, they put you on it and take you.
that would be awesome.
See, I didn't have that problem because I parked under
Yeah, you
last
parked
year's
right
winter.
there. Yeah, you were, yeah, you were.
He was right
He was right
up
front,
front.
Bill.
Yeah, and I didn't, they take me to the dealership.
Did he
I went
have
down
a
to
dealership?
to the AC can
Oh,
area
we
in
did,
the bathroom.
yeah.
They have a bathroom in the building?
We did.
All right, so we got to wrap it up.
What?
You still gotta walk to the porta potty.
Oh, and before we go,
You can go inside.
Yeah, what's
the
up?
14th, that Sunday is the date,
We'll have to see if we can get back.
for JP's.
So, yeah, Sunday the 14th, everybody put down Sunday the 14th for
Okay.
JP.
For
We
5
should be-
o'clock.
5
So
o'clock.
5 o'clock?
At Golden Corral, but, I mean, if we're gonna do a little cruise before that, then we'll put it up online, something like maybe meet 4:30 somewhere,
Well,
or just everybody just meet at 5, I don't know, I mean, how.
could we do a cruise on another day?
Yeah, that would be
Other than
fine.
that?
Yeah, that would be
And
fine,
like
and
a
we can just,
memorial cruise?
everybody can just meet at 5 o'clock at Golden Corral,
Yeah.
and then we'll put it together, do a cruise
Yeah.
with his son, and maybe do something with his
Yeah.
ashes that day.
Right.
Take a cruise to, you know, wherever,
You know, I
and do
was,
something.
I didn't, you know, I didn't know what he liked. I know you guys all went to the Gap.
Oh,
Last
that would
year,
be- I would
and
love that.
I know he enjoyed that.
Oh, he did, he did.
So, you know, if we wanted to do the
Dragon Tail.
dinner next
Yeah.
Saturday, or next Sunday, you know, Sunday the 14th, and then we could schedule another time, we could all do a cruise and go up there.
Yeah,
Where's there?
And just take a whole
Deal's
day.
Gap.
Tell us.
It's a 5-hour
Tell
ride
the
to Taylor's
Dragon.
Dragon.
It was-
And, I mean, you know, if you don't wanna take your show car, that's fine.
Oh, I'd take
You know,
the drunk.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. But, I would love to do something like that for him.
yeah, that would be
Because I know
great.
he enjoyed that.
Yeah, cause we were just talking about that not long ago, about going back up there.
Yeah, because I was flipping through and I saw pictures.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the big picture I got on my wall.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
was it Fair Falls?
In my car.
You can't see you.
No, you can see it in my car.
So, yeah, and we're gonna do everything we can to get here for that, coming back from Kentucky. Fortunately, the dogs will be at our house, so we don't have to stop in Morganton, we can just jet on back here. Do we have anything else we need to cover?
With our cruising, we're going on the 27th. We still go on the waters and drinks and snacks?
Yes,
We
yes,
still have
alcohol, a
everything
ton
we
of it,
bought. Yeah.
last time, and then of course we didn't get to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all stored at our house in the garage
Get some
fridge.
plain chips.
Right, I'll do that, cause we don't have any
How many cores do you have?
to,
And, Ray loaned us a big, I don't know how many
Like a
quarts
40
thing is or
quart.
whatever, but it's
60
huge.
quart, yeah. it's
And then we have a smaller one.
Yeah, big
I
boat.
got a couple of garage, I can bring you one if they have it.
well, I've got a blue one on wheels somewhere, where is it?
It's in the garage.
Okay.
So you sure you ain't sold it, y'all still in all the.
Gave it away with something else? Buy this, get this free?
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in August, I am sort of working in a place called the Nutrition Hub in Hillsborough. They're trying to get a car show together on the 10th. And I've just, cruise in more so. And I was just talking to the two ladies, and they're willing to do it as a fundraiser for JP. So, basically like, whoever comes, they would, vote on their favorite car, and that money would go towards JP. So,
Great location too.
yeah, it's right there at the Hillsborough Walmart.
Oh,
It's right
okay.
across the
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly
we
where it
know,
is.
we know
Yeah.
exactly where that is.
And, so I'm supposed to go there tomorrow and talk to her, and it'll be on Facebook, and I'll tag it on our
Okay.
page. if
Okay.
that's
Sounds
okay.
good.
What's the date they wanna do?
The tenth, August the tenth at 9 is what we've been talking about. So then that way we can use it as a fundraiser.
Yeah, if that's the case, I would say let's clear any calendar, you know, make sure we don't go to any shows or anything on that day. We'll okay and do that, and that'll be.
And they're already advertising it on their webpage, on their Facebook page. So we might have other cars coming in as well, so that could be a good advertisement for us as well.
We're paying members.
Yeah, so that way it's good advertisement for both them and for us.
Are they gonna
And
charge like $5 a car for the
They're-
cruise in, or?
They're not charging anything right now
Okay.
as of know, but like I said, I'm supposed to go talk to her tomorrow.
Okay.
So if you have any ideas, just message me.
Do they already have a DJ or anything like
They don't
that?
have anything.
Okay, cause I'm sure that,
But these are most
Darren-
energetic women I've ever met in my life, and
Oh,
they may
Lord.
be tired.
I'm sure Darren would be willing to
Okay.
help out with that.
Okay.
I'll get with him, but, well, actually, let me know first
Okay.
if that's okay with them, if they wanna do that, I'll get with Darren.
And they have the whole end of the parking lot that they can rope off, and I'll let you know how many parking spots. It's not huge, but it's a nice area.
We probably end up, we could have probably 30 or 40 spots.
We could probably mark a lot, a little bit more.
Okay.
If we wanted to. But I'll get you more numbers by tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get that posted on, once we find out about, make sure we can post it on, Burlington, car show stuff too.
It's on 86.
Sounds good.
That's not near Daniel Boone thing, is it?
No, it's right there at
It's the next
Home
exit, it's exit
Depot.
one
That's the
sixty-five.
Home Depot and the Walmart right there.
Okay, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
One
it's okay.
sixty-five on 85.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna, when you get off right there, you'll take a first right in, the first thing you're gonna see is a Eagle, and then you'll see Home Depot directly in front of you.
Yeah.
You'll
And
go
there's
down
brand new
between
sheets.
that.
Oh, so
Brand new sheets right
So we'll have
Around
a
the
meeting
Walmart.
for then, we can set up a meeting time and
Well, I'm
everything.
thinking
Yeah.
that if we end up doing something like that, we'll meet somewhere in town and just cruise up together.
That's what Dick was just saying.
That's what I said, we'll have a
Yeah,
meeting
that'd be
before
great.
then.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
we'll
great,
set up some time to
absolutely.
play the meeting
Yeah.
and then head up that way.
Well, why don't we say we're gonna meet at, Sheets and Meadow? Yeah.
That's fine, 8:30?
Yeah. Yeah, meet at Sheets and Meadow. That seems to be a good spot for us.
And that's 8:30 a.m.
Well, I just put PM.
You said it's gonna be a little late today.
I just done that.
Can't keep me up on it.
Lord, I have been sleeping like a log lately. Well, probably I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning.
I do too.
Go start sucking down coffee. It's like,
My tomatoes are, they're just crap.
Really?
Yeah.
it's raining.
I have 30 quarts of roots.
Really?
I am tired of reading.
It's amazing. Overwater, I'm over there with my finger in there, it's like, listen, here it is. I need to put some water in there. On the top, but underneath. I said, all right. Just rain real hard, and I got a
George, do you want these guys? I've got one.
Does everybody have a flyer?
It's strong.
I don't.
That's what I need, that's all you.
Yeah, we've got flyers already, what's left over.
More things there, but I'm pretty good for the mic back. More charges somehow.
Keep in mind, guys, that, we do have a opening for, vice president also. But just keep in mind, we've got an opening for vice president also. So we've got everything else covered so far. So, thank you guys for coming out. And, we won't see you on, the 11th, but, we'll be there in spirit. Yeah.
There you go.
Put an LED underneath
I
it.
tried to kill myself in the last week. Let's see. I tore this casket on me. Hold on. Couldn't connect nails into my finger. I don't know.